Good afternoon everyone. My name is Supriya Sharma, Assistant Professor, Faculty of Pharmacy, VNS Bhopal. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on histamine. What are the histamines? Before going to talk about histamine, I would like to prefer to talk about autocoids. What are the autocoids? When at any stage of life we feel any kind of inflammation, allergic reaction, hypersensitivity, we choose or culprit this histamine and these autocoids. These are synthesized by the local tissues, release their action at their site, and after giving their action they degrade it at their place. As their function life cycle is restricted to a particular area, or we also call them local hormones. So we also call them local hormones. Okay. Histamine actually example of autocoid. Histamine. These are amine category of autocoids. Amine category of autocoids. So let's begin with the histamine. As the word itself indicating its meaning, that is hista means histose, that is called tissues, and the word amine, we all are aware about the amine, we study these amine in the chemistry. So histamine presents in certain tissues like skin, gastric, intestinal mucosa, or they present in the mast cells and basophils. When any injury or any kind of allergic reaction triggers to our body, the histamines are the responsible factors. Now we will discuss about the chemistry of histamine. Chemistry of histamine. So first we need a chemical structure of histamine to learn its chemistry. Now I am going to draw the structure of histamine. This is very basic structure of histamine. In this structure there are a number of features, those make it special. So this terminal amine is alpha because it is directly attached to the carbon that designated as alpha carbon, or the carbon which is directly attached to the functional group designated as alpha carbon, and the carbon which is in between of the imidazole's carbon. Now we will talk about the imidazole ring first. This bond is called imide bond. On the basis of this bond, this ring called imida or azo. When in chemistry you will struck at a place where the 5-membered ring containing compound consists nitrogen atom called azo, or represent as a azole, imidazole. So this ring is called imidazole. Now we will give the number. We will give the first priority, the nitrogen which is showing hydrogen atom, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the carbon which is in between of the alpha carbon and the fourth position of imidazole's carbon designated as beta CH2. So in this compound there is something special that I have to tell you, that is its tautomerism. In this compound it shows 1,3 tautomeric system. 1,3 tautomeric system. Actually the histamine is in itself a achiral molecule, but on the basis of its conformation, that is trans or Gaucher form, it makes itself active on the site of receptor. So at the same time it consists 1,3 tautomeric system, means this compound has a tautomerism. So this compound forms first monocations. We will study this. One thing I forget to tell you about, that is this nitrogen designated as pi and called pros nitrogen, and the nitrogen which get first parity is called tau, designated as tau and called telenitrogen. So now we will discuss about pros and telenitrogen. In the chemistry, when you will see triamines, then the nitrogen which is nearest to the side chain called pros nitrogen, which is nearest to the side chain, and the nitrogen which is farthest away from the side chain called telenitrogen. So on the basis of its tautomerism study, this compound shows activity on the site of histaminic receptor. Now we will discuss about its synthesis and from where they are synthesized or forms. There is a naturally occurring amino acid called histidine. Histidine is an amino acid, amino acids. Those are present in our body. What it does nothing but removes the carboxylic acid group from the histidine molecule and synthesize histamine. So I am going to draw the structure of histidine first. We can write here histidine. Actually it is S-histidine. Now very simple structure which is directly correlate the histamine, and very simple decarboxylation reaction it undergoes. Same, the imidazole ring and the beta carbon and the alpha carbon and amine group. It has something different, that is carboxylic group. This compound has a carboxylic group. This carboxylic group or this compound, when undergoes in the decarboxylation in the presence of HDC, that is histidine decarboxylase, that is histidine decarboxylase enzyme. It does nothing but it removes this carboxylic acid group from the whole compound, and the rest of the structure you can see here are histamine. Now what we will get after this? We will get this After this we will get this compound, that is our histamine. Now, so let's discuss about the receptor, what it does. When histamine bind to its receptor, it gives some effect. Okay, now there are certain known receptors, those are H1, H2, H3 and H4 receptor. This is recently discovered receptor. So today we will talk about H1 receptor. What they are? They are nothing but the proteins molecule or macromolecule which consists some amino acids which give when some chemical bind on its site, they give the response. So at the same time, when histamine bind to the H1 receptor, it gives the activity. So what we have to do? We have to study the drugs which antagonize the action of histamine. H1 antagonist. We will discuss about H1 antagonist. What are the H1 antagonists? H1 antagonist may be defined as the drug which contain H1 antagonist may be defined as the drug which competitively inhibit the action of histamine on tissues containing H1 receptor. So the H1 antagonist categorized into two categories. We will discuss about the SAR and how the drug will design or how the drug discovered on the basis of the antagonist activity. So H1 antagonist. H1 antagonist I have already told about. These are the drugs which competitively inhibit the action of histamine. So it categorized into two categories. One, first generation that is also called classical, and second generation that is called non-sedating. So we will discuss about at the perspective of medicinal chemistry. So what is the basic structural requirement for the first generation agent? Structural requirements. What is the basic structural requirement for the H1 antagonist? If you will study first generation compound, that is ethyl alkyl amines or amino alkyl ethyls ethylonamines. So there is a general structure of these agents that I am going to draw it. 1 and 2 directly attached to the CH2 का whole N, directly attached to the CH2 whole N, and terminal functionalities. Okay, that is amine terminal functionalities. These are the main thing that bind to the receptor site. If we will talk about these aryl groups, this first aryl may be phenyl or phenyl substituted. It may be phenyl or substituted phenyl. The second aryl group may be aryl methyl, or the atom which is directly connecting both the aryl are carbon, nitrogen and oxygen. and the further CH2 whole N. It means we can add here some, we can change the number of carbon atoms. If we will go to change the carbon atoms up to 4 carbons, it will reduce the activity at the site of receptor. It will not antagonize, or it will not antagonize the action of histamine. So what we will do? We will do that we restrict its number up to 2 carbon only. These terminal amine functionalities are very good for the activity. Good for the activity. Now we will talk about the aryl groups. If these aryl groups are coplanar, they will not show the activity on the site of receptor, or if they will be non-coplanar, they will show the great activity. You can add here another aryl group, 3 aryl groups, but the main thing is that they must be able to adopt the conformation of non-coplanarity. Non-coplanarity means those are not exist in the same plane. It may consist, or it may adopt the conformation which is on different axis. So I forgot to tell you about one thing. Just focus on that histamine. We have already discussed about the structure of histamine, but the main thing is, if the histamine will not able to form monocations within the physiological pH of 7.4, if it will not able to exist in monocations, they will not show the activity when we will talk about the histamine for agonist activity, we are not talking about the antagonist right now. Right now we are talking about the agonist activity of histamine, because I have forgot to tell you about this thing. So if the monocation, it will form monocations, they will show the great activity with tautomerism, with its tautomeric systems. It will be wonderful when the monocations and tautomeric system exist at the same time. But when we will talk about in vitro studies of histamine, or we will talk about the low pH. Low pH favors actually dications, but those are not very much active. But we will talk about the monocations. These are the active. If the histamine molecule is not able to forms monocations within physiological pH at 7.4, it will not able to show the histaminic activity of at the site of receptor. So further drugs we will talk about in next class. But if we will see the structure of diphenylhydramine, both the rings are aromatic and benzene rings. The only difference is here CHO. The connecting atom is CHO in diphenylhydramine. Diphenylhydramine. Okay. The only difference of CHO, and rest of the structure is same, or CH3 or CS3. This is the main thing. So we will discuss about this compound in the next class. Thank you so much.